Prosecutor Kristen Richardson's office is filled with reminders of her latest victory.
It was exhausting, but it was worth it.
The boxes of evidence are proof the smallest clues can add up to a compelling case.
It's a matter of getting every single little teeny piece of evidence that you can find and piling it up into a corner until you have enough to get over the hump.
Richardson and her partner, Carla Karlstrom, were able to get over that hump, prosecuting and ultimately winning a case against David Pietz, free for nearly 7 years until he was arrested, convicted, and sentenced to 18 years and 4 months in prison for the 2006 murder of his wife, Nicole.
2.5 days deliberation in a case like that, that's a clear indicator that they put on a good case and we had good evidence.
With the circumstantial evidence case, you worry a little bit that a jury is going to expect a kind of smoking gun or an eyewitness, and since you don't have that, you need to make sure that by the end of the trial they feel like they have enough evidence that they truly believe this person did it.
The night of her murder, Karlstrom and Richardson believe Pietz and Nicole argued, likely in the couple's bedroom. He got angry, strangled her to death, and got rid of her body, and then pretended to be surprised at her disappearance, even suggesting she'd relapsed from sobriety. But almost immediately after Nicole disappeared, her family was certain David had killed her. Police were also suspicious, but had little to go on.
That we didn't have the advantages of DNA. It was good old-fashioned police work that solved this case.
Detectives began with a phone call made from Nicole's cell phone shortly after she went missing. They meticulously went over David and Nicole's phone records. Detectives soon discovered the call from Nicole's cell phone had pinged off a tower near the Seattle gym where David worked at the time. The call had likely been made by David, making it appear Nicole had called him.
And then at that moment, it's like, I think we just got enough to file our case. It was enough.
There was other compelling evidence, too. Nicole was a petite woman, but the driver's seat of her car was pushed back to accommodate someone tall, likely David, which signified he was the last person to drive it. Also, the day Nicole disappeared, David told detectives she had on a necklace and bracelet. 6 years later, the bracelet turned up. David bought it to a colleague and asked her to appraise it for him. And then there was her retainer.
Our largest piece of evidence was the fact that she was found with her night retainer still in her mouth, because once we were able to convince that jury that she never left that home, the only other person who could have killed her was her husband.
And Pietz, they say, was a womanizer and a liar with a bad temper.
Mr. Pietz, we knew, had an incredible temper and an incredible quick anger, and there is a lot of evidence we had from women that he'd been involved with after the death of his wife who told us about encounters they'd had where he would suddenly, a switch would flip and he would be furious and angry.
What David really took away was the rest of Nikki's life. And how many years might that have been? 20, 30? We'll never know.
The conviction is a bittersweet victory for Nicole's family. Every year, her mother would call detectives on the anniversary of her daughter's death.
I wanted some justice for Nicole so badly. She deserved it.
Prosecutors Richardson and Karlstrom also felt a nudge from the unlikeliest source, Nicole herself.
But there just was a presence that we had, that we felt her presence all the time.
David, are you sorry that you hurt Nicole?
David Pietz was sentenced to 18 years in prison for the murder of his wife, Nicole.